Welcome back to Toy Story 3, and now Deji's back with us.
Oh, okay.
So now let's go to Sunnyside Daycare.
Nothing but good times awaiting us.
Oh, of course.
No, this is Disney.
Okay, you can carry...
Fair
you
point.
can jump across large gaps with a double jump.
Yeah,
Careful, tight spaces, press the circle button to slide.
Oh,
I'm Lotso. Now, in
Punch
honor
him.
of our arrival, we're throwing a new Toys Welcome Carnival. My friends
Also,
here have some
Woody's
games
with
for y'all
them.
to play.
Huh.
Twitch
Well,
is
okay,
not
he
That's big-
was technically there at the start, yes, so fair enough.
Yeah, remember, Joe, this is before... Remember, Joe, by the time Woody went away... Well, actually, no, never mind. No, this is before. Basically, this is literally right after they first meet Lotso. So, yeah, so it really... It does add up here, to be fair.
I almost forgot.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
made a scavenger hunt and hidden
Okay, so
footage.
Sunnyside Daycare is a different type of level in the sense that what you have to do here is you have to play 3 different minigames. One with Woody, one with Jesse, and one with Buzz. Win all 3, come back to Lotso, and you're done. So basically, this is one of those cases where the developers were trying to figure out what kind of level can we make out of daytime Sunnyside Care. We already, of course, know what can we do when it gets to the nighttime part, but what about the daytime part? Well, how about this? How about this is a daycare with fun and games and crap, so why don't we make some mini games? So let's do Buzz's minigame first.
This is sort of like how I said that this game takes cues from both the first game and the second game. Like, yeah, there is more of your point A to point B stuff, but then you get some levels like this, which are clearly more throwback to Toy Story 2's outlook here and there. Bit more open, mini games here and there, optional collectibles, yada yada yada.
So this minigame is where you shoot the aliens so you can try to stop them from crossing the red line. It starts off
Why does
easy.
the alien crosses the line?
Don't you see? It's a take on Alien Invaders.
Which is fine by me. That's a cute reference, if you ask me.
Oof.
You have to.
Oh, yeah, go on.
You have to hit 50 of them, if I remember correctly.
Minimal. Yeah, so it says that the qualify 50, bonus 100.
Yeah, it's tougher than you think, like Jova has been saying. Yeah, because it starts off easy, but the game starts mixing things up when we get to the halfway point. There you go. Now we have these
Reinforced
aliens.
ones.
Now we have these aliens that can jump with things, and then as you can see, these ones are a bit harder to hit. So pay attention.
Whack.
How many aliens are there?
I don't know about.
But constantly moaning about it isn't gonna help.
Yeah, not with that attitude.
Just focus, man.
And there we go. We're done. Alright, so...
You're just letting play it out. Okay.
might as well. I mean,
Oh, you have actually 3 strikes. So that's actually very generous.
it is.
But we're going just for 1.
Up, game over.
Oh, you did good. Victory.
Oh.
Familiar friend.
Oh, thank you very much. Goodbye.
I guess.
Alright, so...
You
let's
did good.
now,
Bye.
now let's use Woody.
Step on up. Ride the horse and see if you got what it takes.
Alright, I'm assuming this is your favorite, Jova?
Step on up.
Well,
See
I
if
mean,
you
like
can
I
pop
said, the
all
bullseye
balloons
races
and
are a
win a special prize.
neat little gimmick for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Qualify 25. Oh,
Basically, just hit
I get
25...
bonus 50.
Just pop 25 balloons. It's actually very simple. The Buzz minigame is harder, if you ask me.
Okay, bullseye. Time to be my trusty steed. Yeah!
There you go. The
Oh,
total...
there you go. It's 14 total.
it's a total of 40, but you only need to pop 25 to pass.
It's actually a fair percentage.
Alright, so now we have to... And
Yeah,
get,
good.
Climb the table.
You know, you should have, for comp to go effect, you should have put in the Mario 64 slide theme.
well, this is not a slide, though.
Yeah, but it's still wacky music.
Isn't it used also for other section of the slide? I forgot.
Well, yeah, Captain Toad uses it for... Yeah, and Captain Toad uses it for its mini-games, to be fair, yeah. So...
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, Captain Toad Tracker is awesome, Deji. Like,
Nah, we bet.
as you know, Crazy Umi never fails us. And him and his team. Alright, and 25. There you go. There you go. Basically, let's see how many more we can get since we still have a bit of time. Fortunately, the game gives you, as you can see, way more time than you could possibly need, so you'll be fine. Alright, let's see if we can...
It's also actually generous in the fact that it doesn't actually do
Actually-
what a lot of games with these kind of controls give, like collision potential. Not necessarily collision damage, but just the mere collision with object which slows you down for these kind of games. But no, this actually is generous enough.
I couldn't, I was a bit like,
You have to make your way around from
yeah, looking back, yeah.
villages to get there.
Yeah, looking back, yeah, I probably should have climbed that bit. I didn't think of that while I was recording, but that's okay. We passed anyway.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, there you go.
Could have got 24. Then you would have been a huge failure.
Yeah. Alright, now let's use Jesse.
I wasn't really big on that show.
Which one?
No, Jesse.
Oh, yeah. It's basically one of those generic Disney sitcoms.
Yeah. You know, like...
Oh, right, the Jesse show.
I
question.
know nothing about that.
Question, Deji. Have you seen
They
Lab?
had a crossover with Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ugh.
It did? Good God.
The question,
Why
Deji.
of all that shows?
Have you seen Lab Rats, Deji?
Yes.
That's probably the worst of those shows that I've seen. It's so terrible, though.
So what are you supposed to do
I
here?
can name worse.
Basically, it's a kart racing minigame of sorts, too.
Okay.
There you go.
Granted, we're adults, so I guess we've just passed that demographic.
I don't know. I still don't think... well, whatever. Not gonna get into a rant about it.
Or I'm talking about the live action shows in general.
Even still. But whatever, I don't want to get into a rant about it. The basic point is you have to break down the various construction block thingies. If I remember correctly, it's 7 the minimum. If I remember correctly. I forgot.
Yeah,
which
7 minimum, 10 for the... 10 all of... which is all of them for, you know, for maximum...
There you go, let's try this again. There we go. But yeah. Yeah, this one's interesting. You have to do a side, like one of those Tony Hawk style of jumps. Fuck, perception fail. Okay, that's okay. If I remember correctly, I do make it this time. All right, let's go. Again.
When the music is a bit like Tony Hawk.
Fortunately,
Yeah.
the game does give you more time than you need, so you're fine. Alright, only one more. And yep, there we go. 7. I went for the harder ones first, surprisingly. Alright, 30 seconds, so by this point I was all like, this is good enough, might as well just...
Also, well, remind me again, maybe you actually know more about it, but was the Honey I Shrunk the Kid live-action series also a thing by Disney?
I'm going to be honest, never really watched much of that.
Because I saw like one episode when I was like 14, I think. It was like a St. Patrick themed episode and it was really bad.
Wait, the Honey I Shrunk the Kids thing. Wait, that was a TV series?
There was actually a
recall those
series
movies.
called like that, yes, Joe.
I thought it was just the movies.
No.
Well, you know, when a movie gets popular, studios want to...
But I don't remember, I
I
think
really
I
did not
mentioned...
know that one got a TV series.
I think I mentioned
Yeah, it had
I
3
mentioned this
seasons.
a couple of ago, but I don't remember if the original movie was original Disney property or it was one thing that got acquired later on.
There you go, too. That's
The
Octopus.
Zorg pieces.
That Octopus is Whoopi Goldberg's character.
Huh.
Hey, Ham. Let's see what else we can find. Basically, I was figuring. Let's
Rex
see.
is up there.
Let's see what else. Oh, some other toys. Okay. And basically, I'm trying to see if I can find what Zerg pieces can I find while I'm at it. Oh, look, Ken's house. Yeah, Ken is not present in the campaign.
Probably
surprisingly.
copyright.
Yeah, that is actually is a good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I
Yeah,
just
you're right.
know.
Yeah, it was a Disney show.
I mean, there are some Disney. I mean, I do like a couple of live-action Disney sitcoms. Well, okay, one, Sweet Life.
Sweet Life, That's So Raven.
Sweet Life on Deck.
Zack and Cody.
All right,
Visit
so
Waverly
was fine.
Place.
so as we know, after the Sunside Daycare thing, Woody tried to go back to Andy, but eventually, unfortunately, got caught by Bonnie. So the next level will be Bonnie's house.
Oh, Bonnie.
Trying to think.
Basically, the developers took advantage of the fact that Bonnie is, of course, a very imaginative toy player as well. So they decided to take advantage of that and fully give life to her imagination, if you know what I mean.
Huh.
Are we having a tea party?
Well, yeah, actually, yeah, yes.
Disgusting.
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Some sugar and cream and cinnamon.
It's
A
weird
general
that
underrated Disney show is I'm in a Band. I consider that to be funny for what it is.
Whoa.
it's weird. So they managed to get pretty much all the other. Yes.
Remember, too, she specifically...
Pedro, you didn't tell me this was a Scarecrow sequence in Batman Arkham Asylum.
That's the thing, too. Remember, if you go back and watch and hear Bonnie's words when she's playing, she says, "The room is flooding!" That's what the developers...
The floor is tea.
They took it literally. Oh, Shiri, please, no. Just,
You know, am I
no.
the one who finds it weird that even though they were able to get a lot of the other character voice actors back, they couldn't get Bonnie's back for this game, surprisingly.
Oh, it's
I
called.
guess it's because is Bonnie voiced by a little girl?
Yep. In the third movie, she was... I think the fourth movie, they got a different little girl.
But here she does not sound like said little girl.
I guess it's due to her parents like, no, she's busy. She has
Well,
school."
well, to be fair, she doesn't have that many lines anyway, so I don't think it's that big of an issue.
That said, you know, I remember the good old days when the fan base didn't have to hate Bonnie. Not that I blame them for hating Bonnie this
Oh, what did they hate Bonnie for?
Because she broke her promise that...
Wait, what are you talking?
Let's talk about Toy Story 4. Let's not get into another.
Story 4?
Let's not get into another rant about it. Come on, let's.
That's weird. I thought the series ended with 3.
What
It
rant?
did. I don't know
Yeah,
what
there
Joe
never
was
been a
talking
follow-up.
about.
Let's come on. Let's try not to, because we've
What
already.
rant? I'm not ranting. I'm just pointing out stupid stuff.
Yeah,
that's
if
all.
I had to say one other thing, again, the checkpoint thing comes back here. The fact that if you fail at any point, you have to restart again from the beginning. Again, I don't personally won't really mind, but again, with the mentality of this game being done for that particular demographic, it feels a bit in conflict.
It is.
But-
It is weird.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, I will say, yeah, like Pedro mentioned, they do take advantage of Bonnie's imagination to make a pretty well fleshed out level here and there.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Again, the developers are trying their hardest because to do as much as they can. Because because the third movie, because the third movie is a bit more character driven, so it doesn't have as many action set pieces as the previous two movies did. So they have to get a bit more creative, and this is actually a really good way to go about it. Actually, so. All right, let's go.
I love the music and how bombastic it is for this section.
It actually fits perfectly in my estimation. It's think of it like this, Joe. It's in the same way. It's for the same reason that the music in South Park: Stick of Truth is so bombastic as well. It's supposed to symbolize the grand imagination that the kids have while they're playing wizards and whatever, you know. So the same logic applies here. The music is bombastic because it's supposed to represent the fact that Bonnie is right now in big imaginative playtime. So
the music takes the product seriously, while the players knows that it doesn't necessarily has to be like that, but it does create a comedically, intentionally comedic effect. Painting. Oh shit!
Yep, the painting's coming to kill you.
Jesus.
think of it like this: this is Bonnie's equivalent of the moments where Woody is, where Andy is. Like, for example, well, the beginning of Toy Story 3, for example, where Andy is imagining the old West, and and save the orphans and all that crap. So this is Bonnie's equivalent of that, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is kind of a shame that we didn't get to see it in as much detail in the movie, so the game makes up for that.
All right. So there you go. Now we have some airborne platforming.
Yeah, ledge grabbing platforming.
Yeah.
Is there a checkpoint system where you have to do everything?
There's a checkpoint. There's an invisible checkpoint system. Basically, the idea there is that practically, let me put that this way: practically every time you finish a major section of a level, basically, like for example, that platforming section that I just finished, there's a checkpoint right before it starts. So and now I just hit another checkpoint, if I remember correctly. So it basically works like that, really. Like there's a checkpoint between each major challenge. There you go.
It would be kind of better, I feel, if they, mark the checkpoints more obviously, so at least you know.
Usually games still have a lot, like checkpoint reach minor text popping out some when it happens.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Oh, it's a hamster. Okay.
Yes, apparently Bonnie and
Caffeinated.
Good one, Buzz.
Don't give your children coffee.
That's the thing. Even though it's a complete different substance, so people tend to. People tend to think that tea contains caffeine. Even again, it has similar properties, but it's a different substance altogether.
It's a different kind. It's not quite the same caffeine.
Some tea, that's the thing. Tea technically does have caffeine in it, but like Shuri mentioned, it's a different kind of caffeine. And hell, you can even get decaffeinated every now and then too.
Why would you?
Well, depends on the purpose here. Right? In my country, for example, tea is associated with actually relaxing. So I get that the idea of having, taking it for the purpose of staying awake might be counterproductive.
Well, I have specific tea for that.
Also, was that Belle on one of the diaries?
Yes, it was.
Cute cameo.
Alright, and now Bonnie gets even more creative.
Oh, wow.
We're going to space.
You see, Teo, unlike Andy, Bonnie's much more ambitious in her playtime. She goes straight to space. She goes.
The speed of sound.
Yeah, basically.
Places to go, gotta follow the rainbow. Seriously, that was literally a rainbow.
Well, remind me again. It's Final Chase, the level where it's chock full of rail grinding.
Final Chase, yes.
Well, there is Rail Canyon also.
I'm talking about Sonic Adventure 2
sorry,
because
we're talking about good games.
Let me talk about this, Deji, because once again, I really had trouble with that one. I don't know if it was the PS3 version that fucked up the heat detection. No, the heat detection. But the rail grinding for Final Chase was atrocious. Kept falling constantly.
That's the thing too. The HD remaster, especially the PS3 version, is not that well coded. Like hell, even the loading screen is not in the PS3 version for some reason. You just see a black screen instead of the Omoshao thing for some reason. I don't understand. The best way to play Sonic Adventure 2 right now is on the PC with fan mods.
With the shit ton of mods. Yeah, I remember one post of this and it was like after 60 mods, so can I actually play the game now?
Alright. So the idea behind this section is that we have to power up the spaceship so that we can get out of here. We already have one battery, but we have to put all the other batteries. How do we find the batteries, you may ask? We have to explore the level and find out. So this is one of the more open type of levels, where it takes more cues from Toy Story 2.
Oh. Yeah, and you're finding the collectibles, but in this case without the time limit.
So like Theo said, yeah, this level, like if you want to compare this to a Sonic Railing level, definitely Final Chase would be the better option, considering Final Chase is one of the more open levels in Sonic Adventure 2. So yeah,
This reminds me of the space level from Crash 4.
Well, I haven't played Crash 4 yet, so I wouldn't know.
Out for launch.
Ah. Oh,
The
boy.
one that literally tries to be like a Sonic level.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. The incredibly lengthy one, too. Jesus Christ.
It's a generic statement for Crash 4 Java, and you know it.
Alright, so the idea...
Well, Tio, it's not my fault that the developers tried to make every single level enough to house over hundreds of
That
boxes.
wasn't the point I was coming across. Yes, Pedro?
So the idea is that we have to take various paths for various different types of rails, so we can try to find batteries. And speak of the devil, here's one.
Actually, no.
Oh,
never
never mind. It's a town person. It's up ahead that the battery is. Never mind. I got ahead of myself a bit.
Yes, Dad?
I wonder if this is where Nintendo got the inspiration for Rainbow Road and Mario Kart 7.
I have my doubts.
Not dickish enough, Dad.
All right, that took me. Let's see. Well, what about here? Let's see.
Oof.
All right, this time we'll just let go. And where does this bring us? There's the battery right there. There you go.
Oh. Damn it.
Man, she's even more of a she's even more dickish than Bonnie made her out to be in the movie. When you actually get into
Who actually voices her? I forgot. Whoop.
if I remember correctly, it's
Oh wow, they did. I think Safer Sephiroth was waiting him down
if I
there.
remember correctly, it's
Yes.
if I remember correctly, she's voiced by Bonnie Hunt.
So the character who's not named Bonnie is voiced by a person named Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie Hunt. She's
Well-
shown up in
well,
one
to
of
be-
our other commentaries.
So Wikipedia.
Well, to be fair to you, Bonnie Hunt is not exactly an age-appropriate actress to play Bonnie. So,
Oh no, I just found it hilarious.
all right.
No, she wouldn't be the first grown adult woman who's managed to sound exactly like a child.
Oh, of course, obviously. But I guess.
Oh my god, it's wait. It's the mom from Cheaper by the Dozen.
I
Yeah, she was in that.
I understand that. It's just that, you know, it's always been a standard procedure in the Toy Story films to always get kids to voice the kids. I mean, Andy was voiced by a kid in 1 and 2, so it made sense to do the same for Bonnie. So
She
Yeah,
was.
she was also in Jumanji
Yeah,
and The Green Mile.
and Rosie from A Bug's Life.
Huh.
That's where I remember her recently, because we recently did a commentary of that. Yeah, she was Rosie in A Bug's Life.
all right.
Oh, so apparently. Oh, so I guess she's another person who's been with Pixar in quite a few movies. Because she was also Sally in Cars.
Ew.
All right then.
She's
Oh,
Miss
hey.
Flint in Monsters Inc.
Who was she in Monsters Inc?
Miss Flint.
Miss.
I don't
Okay.
think who that is.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think that's the teacher with the kids and it was it. Let me Google search that.
All right.
Oh, when they
uh,
snuck into
Oh,
when they snuck
no,
Boo in,
no.
maybe.
No. Miss Flint is literally the character who shows up at the start of the movie. Like, you know,
Or
when
the
she's
instructor teacher for the new employees.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
'Cause I don't
post the
think they ever said
picture.
her name in the movie.
She also made a non-speaking cameo in Monsters University.
Remember, Shiro, like we've talked about in the commentary, they never bring up Babyface's name in Toy Story 1. We had to play the video
Holy
game to
cow.
find that out. So
Holy cow. Pixar movies are pretty much what Bonnie Hunt's been doing. She's, of course, Dolly in the Toy Story stuff, Sally in Cars. She was also...
Karen
she-
Graves in Monsters University.
isn't she a Pixar employee, actually? Now that I think about it.
Not quite seeing that, necessarily. Maybe she's just a Pixar regular. She
Has
even
she
has
done
her
any of the
own...
more recent stuff?
Oh, yeah, she was
voiced
the
Bonnie
mermaid.
Hops in Zootopia.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go. So
Judy
basically,
Hopps' mom. And she was also the mermaid in Onward.
collecting batteries to power up stuff, Libs.
Okay.
okay. So let's go back.
Still
Okay.
in Bonnie's imagination.
The basic-
It's quite active.
The basic idea is that you get into this rainbow rail, and you wait until you get to the specific circular rail that leads to the section that you want to go next. Fortunately, they're all color-coded for your convenience.
Nifty.
Yeah, in a way, it's kind of an expanded, section of the trolley challenge from Spyro 2.
Of course.
Whoa!
Trouble with the grind rails, eh?
Well, in a way, again, the trolley section does resemble, grind railing, just, on a more... actually on a vehicle, rather than being on your own grinding.
Behold the chair of the cosmos.
Of course. That's very rude.
Oh, lovely.
There you go. The final battery. Now we just have to go back.
Simple enough.
So, sorry, I missed the setup. Are you having a feed?
We need to have the spaceship take off. The problem is we need batteries. Basically, think of... Well, yeah. Well, if you consider a child's imagination a fever dream, then yeah.
Well, again, I missed that bit.
There we go. Basically, Wibbs, unlike Andy, Bonnie's much more ambitious with her playtime. She goes straight to space.
Interstellar coordinates activated.
Oh my god, we have to collect rocket parts as Bubsy 3D again. Fuck.
There you go. Now the door opens, and we have to get to the top of the rocket. So, let's go.
Now, well, the platform game be without
What would a platform game be without the platforms?
Fuck. Alright, let's
It
try
would be still a game,
I
but
love it, again, just like in the first part, every time Woody responds after being dying is this out of place, joyous scream. Like, yes, he has been enjoying dying all this
yay,
time.
the sweet embrace of death.
I guess nobody at Avalanche told Jim that he was supposed to sound hurt.
No, really, we were like, okay, we have this clip of, Woody laughing. Where should we put it? Alright, let's just put it where, you're supposed.
Well, no, Tio, because Avalanche keeps saying that the planet's dying, so they have to take down Shinra and all that.
There we go.
Well, I mean, it depends on your point of view on Avalanche. Some see them as brave souls fighting for. Obviously, there was a bunch of. Obviously, it was just a bunch of terrorists blowing people, blowing stuff up and endangering
Wow.
millions.
I was literally about
He
to...
does sound way too cheerful, actually.
Well, keep in mind, Shiroi, technically this is all play. This is not actually happening, so maybe Woody's just having fun with it.
I'm sure there's
Probably.
I'm sure there's an MST3K quote that's appropriate to the situation, but it escapes me.
Well,
Can you imagine you get the furnace scene with us laugh?
That's the thing. That's the thing, Shiroi. For the furnace level, they did something different. They don't recruit.
From what I checked on Wikipedia, it's played straight instead in the SD version of the PS2 and Wii version.
Not have the toys fall for the most obvious trap from.
No, being saved by the claw.
No, basically, Dwebs in the first level in this one is going to be about saving the Woody, Jesse, and Buzz, trying to save the other toys from being destroyed. Not so much all of them being in danger at the same time. So basically, again, taking a few creative liberties to make a more proper gameplay set piece rather than just.
I've also
cutscene.
checked. The PS2 version, at least, was done actually by Asobo Studios.
That's why I said yeah. Asobo made both the PSP and the PS2 version. That was the basic gist of it at the time too. That Disney had this thing where a studio would make the HD /Wii versions, and Asobo would come in and make the PS2 and PSP versions. They did the same thing with Wall-E. And then let me remind everybody, Asobo Studio recently made A Plague Tale, one of the most celebrated indie games of recent times.
So remind me, this is one of those cases where the Wii version is actually more on par with the HD versions, just, downgraded.
I haven't actually looked that much into the Zobo version of this game.
The difference that I've seen listed on Wikipedia, Joe, is that the cutscenes are presented instead through steals, which is a bit lame. But overall, the game functions the same and just has the different portions near the end that I mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so does this game do the thing where some licensed games will actually show clips of the movie?
No. For this one, they have.
This game has seamless cutscenes go right into gameplay.
They do the thing where the cutscenes are entirely rendered in game, and we even have those moments where the cutscene pans straight into the gameplay without interruptions and everything.
Okay, so the Lego Movie video game does that. It has scenes from the
There was a
actual
Lego movie video game.
There was actually. I do remember seeing it in stores actually. So.
Like I remember there was themed content in Lego Dimensions, but that made sense.
The amount of Lego games there are, you'd think there wouldn't be one about the actual
Traveler's Tales too.
Seriously.
I mean,
I accidentally saw the plot twist for the first movie.
That's a shame because the first Lego.
I don't think I don't know. I didn't really find the first movie to be all that great. I feel like Lego Batman is better.
Lego Batman's a great movie.
Lego Batman is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but but so is the Lego Movie. I mean, it's one of my favorite Lord and Miller movies after Spider-Verse.
Okay. It is kind of a shame that the Lego Movie franchise kind of went the way it did. They kind
Daddy Issues, this movie series.
No, well, here's the thing, Deji. I think you're focusing on that particular angle when you're kind of ignoring the other angle of the plot twist as well.
No. I'm just saying that's a weird theme with all of Lord and Miller's movies. It's like, you guys okay? Is there something wrong?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, Deji. From experience, I get the feeling writers draw a lot from their own personal life tragedies as inspiration for their stories. Same thing happened with Dan Scanlon and Onward. Same thing happens with plenty of writers, actually.
But does it have to be the same plot point all the time, though?
Well, I was actually going to ask. I'm guessing you're somebody who prefers Lego Movie 2 over the first one?
I haven't seen the Lego Movie 2.
What I love about the Lego, what Lord and Miller came up with for the Lego Movie was that taking aside the whole father issues thing, there's also the element of creativity.
Of course.
So I mean, if you're gonna make up,
Pedro, I think you're taking this too literal. I was just making a joke about how they actually do have the same theme, but there are other themes.
Sure.
It's just very noticeable when you start to think about, hey, wait a minute. Because Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs also had that same conflict as well. It's like, wait a minute.
Passing through the electricity destroys the battery.
A lot of times, Deji, storytellers tend to have reoccurring themes in their work. Like Tim Burton always makes movies about outcasts, for example. It's because he himself was an outcast back when he was a kid.
So he was the perfect fit for the
and then he inspired a whole generation of he inspired a whole generation of people who shot that hot topic.
All right.
Seriously, you know how much merch that store has for Nightmare on Elm Street?
You were gonna say too?
I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's the same thing, Dad. Also,
it's funny because
no, go on, Joe.
It's funny because Nightmare on Elm Street is where Johnny Depp debuted, and Johnny Depp is kind of a Tim Burton regular.
But it's also sad that the Lego Movie has reached the point that they reach and probably will stop. And
I actually really like this cutscene. Rocket launcher.
See ya.
To the moon!
I can see Buzz's base from here.
What, Star Command?
Yes.
Back at the daycare, we soon found out that
And now, the next level, Prison Break. Yeah, which is interesting.
So those Woody have a complex tattoo of a place on his back.
So also the show lasts longer than it needed to be.
Well,
That's an understatement.
It does fit too, considering Toy Story 3. When you think about it, is kind of Shawshank's Redemption for kids. So
well, Pixar did say that they saw every single prison movie ever to get inspiration for it.
Yeah, and
makes sense.
have you guys seen Shawshank Redemption? It's amazing.
Yes.
The best prison break movie, break movie ever.
Quickly before I can finish, it's kind of sad that the Lego movies ended kind of the way they are, and probably gonna just be rebooted before we actually got a good Bionicle movie.
Don't worry, T. I'm sure Universal will do.
I'm terribly sure that we're gonna do justice to that. But that's
just like how Warner Brothers are gonna do an amazing job of the series that Universal once had. The Doctor.
But that's not. Shut up. I like Kingdom Monsters. But that's not for here and there.
I like King of the Monsters too. It's just Warner Brothers also have a bit of extra.
So next time we actually do the teacher Prison Break. All right.
See ya.
Alright.
Yeah.